Welcome to this episode of the You Two Scare Me podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Andy.
And I'm Felice. And here we are in Key West, Florida.
Felice and I were supposed to record last night. I texted her and said, so how do you feel about recording tomorrow instead? And as per the usual, you were on board.
Yes, I was like, yes, please. I was tired.
Me too. The time change has been really difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And more so, I think just all of October crushed me.
Yeah.
My body's been so tired. I'm not sure what's happening, but I think my body's basically saying, hey, you're not 20 anymore, even though you might act like it. So get some sleep, girl.
Yeah, no kidding. I know. There was one day this week I wasn't feeling well. I went home after work and I went straight to bed at like 4.
Oh my gosh. Oh, is that when you sent me those crazed texts at 2 a.m?
Oh, yeah. Because then I woke up at 2 a.m. I know. The next morning, Andy was like, why were you sending me messages at 2 a.m.? And I was like, what are you talking about? No recollection.
It's so funny.
I was like, you should post this on our social media. I had no idea. Oh, I also sent my one son money. I Zelled him.
He was
no
like,
reason.
Sweet.
He actually sent it back. He was so sweet.
It must have been Weston.
It was. Will would be like, thank you very much. No, he would send it back too.
All right, put that right in his Roth IRA.
Right. I was not even taking any medicine or anything. I just was, I don't know. I don't know.
Weird.
Tired. Maybe I'm getting dementia.
Oh, well, we did talk about that in an earlier episode if you forgot.
I did. Did we? Will you take care of me in my old age,
Of
Andy?
course. She has her good days and her bad days.
Yeah. Hopefully it's a good day today.
But I have to tell you, I'm surprised, shocked, and proud of you. Last night, so we didn't record, and Felice is really coming into her own as a paranormal person. When we first started, Felice was unfamiliar with some ghost hunting equipment, and she wouldn't even touch it. She's like, I'll carry the thermometer when we would go places. And then last night, she randomly texted me and said she was experimenting with Ghost Tube all by herself, which is kind of scary.
Terrible idea. This is a short-lived proud moment because that it didn't go well. It was too spooky. I'm not doing that again. That was terrible.
So maybe the life lesson here is let's not mess with ghost hunting equipment alone.
Yeah. I think I should have known that already. I don't know. I did not like it. I did not like it.
I was just really surprised because I'm scared to do stuff by myself. Like I'll do a little something, but Ghost Tube is scary anyways for me. Anyway, I was like, what?
Because it talks to you. And actually, so I texted Andy and I was like, is this thing real or bogus? And she's like, I don't really know. And then I just had it on. I wasn't talking to it or anything. And then it started telling me some scary stuff. So I said goodbye.
Hard stop on that.
Hard stop forever.
Yes. So
we'll not be doing that again.
So no more ghost hunting or using equipment on your own.
Yeah. Or at my house. I'm not doing that at my house anymore.
Well, not alone. Okay.
Probably not.
We'll revisit this later.
Yeah. Yikes.
Speaking of at your home, I have to tell you something.
What?
So I think this was just last week. My parents called and my mom, they're both on the phone. And my mom was like, tell her what happened.
Uh-huh.
And so my dad, he is super skeptic. Doesn't like to really talk about or acknowledge the spooky stuff that's happened in the house I grew up in, right?
Okay.
Despite numerous things happening. Anyhow, he woke up the other day, and he was just kind of like, that blinking your eyes open. And my mom had already been up. She was downstairs. And he hears, and how are you today? And he turns over. He thinks it's my mom. So he reaches for her and nobody's there. And he turns and he said he was so frightened. And so he hurried up and got up and left. And interestingly enough, so that happened obviously in their bedroom. And I feel like it was just a year ago. My mom was reading in bed and my dad was already asleep. And she hears in her ear, boo. And she said it wasn't scary. It was more playful and it was a woman's voice. And my dad heard a woman's voice also. And when I dream about that house, I always dream about a woman.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that
Do you
interesting?
know the history of the house?
Well, it was built in the 1800s, and my family is the first family outside of that family to live there.
Interesting.
So we'll have maybe on a later episode. I've been asking my mom to write down everything that's happened so we can read it.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's a
That's
lot of
great.
stuff.
Yeah.
But I think that's, kind of where some of my
Come on,
spooky.
Mom.
Yeah, Patty, do it.
Come on, Patty.
But anyway, so that just happened. And I was like, well, how did you feel? He was like, I was pretty scared.
He's like, no, thank you.
He said, when your mom wasn't there, I was like, uh-oh. And I said, did you feel cold? Did you feel a presence? He's like, well, I thought your mom was there. He didn't feel cold or anything like that. And it doesn't seem, at least to me, like those two things don't seem malevolent or threatening.
Yeah.
But very, a little like jumpy, spooky.
Ooh, especially since he's a skeptic,
Yeah.
What did it say? And how are you today?
And how are you today?
Interesting. Oh.
So very.
Okay, we want to hear more.
Yeah, let's go. Get those things recorded and sent in, please. In case you're new to the podcast or haven't listened in a while, welcome. We are two friends who love ghosts, hauntings, cryptids, past life stories, and all of the strange things we can't explain. We also love to laugh, so we'll be sure to break the tension with lots of laughter and some silliness along the way.
But we recognize we have no actual knowledge or understanding of the paranormal or what's happening with any or all of this stuff.
True. But we know enough to have a deep respect for the unknown and unseen forces at work around us.
Our goal is to bring you stories that give you chills, check under your bed at night, and watch the skies for strange things.
A quick warning before we begin, this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Our tales are drawn from folklore, history, and reported experiences. Some stories may include sensitive topics, so listener is advised.
Let's get cozy as we find out more about the weirdness of Pennsylvania.
Dive into the shadows with us as we bring you haunting tales in this episode of the You Two Scare Me podcast. Shall we dive in? Tonight, we're diving into a story that makes us turn our eyes to the skies and our ears to the thunder.
Ooh.
Because in the mountains and valleys of Pennsylvania, people have reported seeing giant birds, wingspans stretching beyond 20 feet, talons like knives, and shadows that blot out the sun. They are described as strong and able to carry men in their talons.
Ooh.
They call them Thunderbirds.
Okay.
The Thunderbird isn't just a cryptid. It's a creature with deep roots in Native American mythology, stretching across locations and centuries. There have been depictions of Thunderbirds in a number of Native American tribes dating as far back as 4,000 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Among the Lakota, the Thunderbird was a powerful spirit being, a guardian of the skies who controlled storms and punished evildoers. In some stories, each flap of its wings created thunder, and lightning flashed from its eyes.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm. In Algonquian traditions, which influenced the indigenous cultures of the Great Lakes and the Northeast, including parts of Pennsylvania, the Thunderbird was both feared and revered. It lived in the highest mountains above the clouds where only spirits could travel. It was seen as a protector spirit and was said to sometimes intervene on the behalf of humans. Beyond the indigenous people, many of the stories of Thunderbirds and the significance of the Thunderbird are not shared. Archaeologist David Dye, who has worked with many indigenous people, said that the Thunderbird and other sacred stories are not campfire tales meant to entertain. They are more like instruction manuals for working with natural and supernatural forces. The knowledge is secretive because it's dangerous, he says.
Oh my goodness. Wait, who is this guy?
So he is an archaeologist and he worked with a lot of indigenous people.
Okay.
And, spent time among them and tried to learn about their traditions and heritage, things like that. So, yikes. That makes me really think about the connection that people had to nature and to maybe otherworldly things a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
When early settlers came to Pennsylvania, they brought their own legends, Tales of giant eagles, monstrous buzzards, even prehistoric survivors. The old stories from the indigenous people and the new ones soon blended together, and Thunderbird sightings have been recorded across Pennsylvania. Let's start in 1892.
Okay.
A man named Fred Murray reported seeing a flock of Thunderbirds near Dents Run in Cameron County, which is in north central Pennsylvania. He described them as being like buzzards, but much larger, with 16-foot wingspans. Picture that. That's gigantic.
That's huge. Is it a bird?
Well,
or do we know?
So
describe
in the indigenous people's culture, right?
Yeah.
It is a spirit.
Okay.
But it is a bird, like appears as a bird.
Appears as a bird. Okay.
Right.
It's not like a combo.
No. Well, it depends on the tribe. Some of the indigenous people described it as a human spirit bird hybrid.
Okay.
So sometimes would have the head of a man, but the people who would have been native to Pennsylvania, it was more of a spirit bird.
Of a bird. Okay, gotcha. But huge.
Huge.
Okay.
Yeah. In 1922, retired postmaster Hiram Cranmer claimed to have seen his first Thunderbird and had 4 subsequent sightings after that.
Whoa.
In northern Clinton County and southern Potter County, which is also in the north central part of the state.
Okay.
In 1940, near Coudersport, also in the north central part of the state, writer Robert Lyman reported a personal sighting of a large unknown bird. He spotted the giant bird on a road, and when the bird took flight, he was able to use the road's width to estimate the bird's wingspan. Lyman described it as resembling a large vulture standing 4 feet tall with a 25-foot wingspan.
What?
Can you imagine
crazy.
seeing that?
No.
I would be so scared. In 1944, residents near the South Side in Pittsburgh claimed to have seen a gigantic bird with a wingspan that was, quote, large enough to block out the sun.
Oh, man.
Witnesses described the creature as looking like a giant prehistoric bird with an estimated wingspan of 15 to 20 feet. One man, James Runco of Braddock, was quoted in local papers saying, "It wasn't like any bird I've ever seen. Bigger than a plane, it seemed."
Wow.
That I can't, I just am trying to picture this and how, you're with your friends, you're like, what is that?
Yeah.
It's really interesting. In 1969, in Clinton County, PA, a sheriff's wife reported observing an enormous bird flying over the Little Pine Creek with a wingspan near that of the creek, which is 75 feet wide.
What?
I mean, that's sort of the outlier. Most of these are going to be in the 12 to 20 some foot range, but that one, I don't know.
That's like, how big is it? The wingspan of an airplane?
I have no idea. I don't think it's, I don't know. But gigantic.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Another report from that time came from hunters who reported seeing a Thunderbird that carried a fawn off near Kettle Creek.
Oh, wow.
So in 1970, near Jersey Shore, PA, which interestingly enough is in central Pennsylvania, nowhere near the Jersey Shore.
They're like, we wish we were at the Jersey Shore. Let's call this town the Jersey Shore.
Right? Yeah, this seems like a great idea.
They're like, Gym Tan Laundry, guys, GTL.
Several witnesses saw a dark-colored bird soaring toward Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania, with a wingspan almost like an airplane.
Wow.
So let's move to my favorite part of the state, Western Pennsylvania. By the mid-1970s, cryptid fever was everywhere. Bigfoot, Mothman, and Thunderbirds.
Okay.
In Pennsylvania, though, the sightings were different. People reported seeing real birds that were massive, silent, and shockingly physical. Local researcher Stan Gordon, known for investigating the Kecksburg UFO incident, documented several Thunderbird reports. Witnesses described something resembling an enormous condor or pterosaur-like creature.
That's what I think it's a pterodactyl.
No.
I do. I think it was leftover.
Oh, just wait.
Okay.
Those reports said the creature had leathery wings, a long neck, and a croaking call that echoed through the valleys.
Ooh.
In Greene County, One witness said it perched on a barn roof, its talons dangling like steel hooks. In Somerset County, 2 hunters claimed they saw one feeding on a deer carcass.
Ew.
And even in the 2000s, reports trickled in, mostly from rural areas along the Appalachian Plateau. Some photos circulated online, as did the stories. Most proven to be hoaxes, but not all.
Oh.
On June 13th, 2001, a resident of Greenville, Pennsylvania, was startled to see a grayish-black creature soaring overhead, initially thinking it was a small airplane. The witness observed the bird for at least 20 minutes and reported clearly seeing its fully feathered body with an estimated wingspan of 15 feet and a body length of 5 feet.
Oh, wow.
A neighbor of this witness claimed to have seen the creature the next day, describing it as, quote, the biggest bird I ever saw.
I guess so.
I mean, it's not your normal eagle. Less than a month later, on July 6, 2001, a witness in Erie County, Pennsylvania, reported a very similar sighting. Again, the creature's wingspan was estimated to be 15 to 17 feet, and it was described as dark gray with little or no neck and a circle of black under its head. Its beak was very thin and long and about a foot in length. So the reports of the appearances are differing.
No neck, long beak.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
On September 25th, 2001, on Route 119 in South Greensburg, which, in case you don't know, Greensburg is my hometown.
Okay.
A 19-year-old witness was walking outside when he heard a sound like flags flapping in a thunderstorm.
Okay.
That was his quote.
Okay.
I remember Thunderbird.
Yeah.
And reportedly saw a creature with a wingspan of 10 to 15 feet, flying about 50 to 60 feet above the traffic. He said, quote, I wouldn't say it was flapping its wings gracefully, but almost horrifically flapping its wings very slowly and gliding above the passing big rig trucks. So 119 is a fairly busy highway.
Yeah.
Yeah. The witness observed the creature for about 90 seconds. This wasn't the last sighting in Greensburg.
Oh.
In April 2020, one afternoon, a man reported he was driving down Pittsburgh Street in Greensburg and was heading toward the business section of town when the shadow of a huge bird passed over his vehicle. He said a vehicle pulled up next to him and asked him if he had seen that big bird. So Pittsburgh Street, interestingly enough, intersects my parents' street.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow. This was April 2020. That was in the height of COVID, COVID lockdown.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
they're like, he's like rolling his window back up.
right.
Don't give me your germs.
But maybe there weren't a lot of people out, so maybe
Yeah.
Things are coming out of the cracks.
Oh yeah, like in Venice, the dolphins were like playing in the waterways and everything because no boats were out on the waterways and things like that.
People are away. All the animals will play.
Yeah.
On May 22nd, 2021, in Greensburg, again, my hometown.
Oh my goodness.
A man was walking his dog that afternoon when he noticed what looked like a huge bird in the sky directly overhead. The creature was reportedly black or dark gray in color and flying at an estimated altitude of 800 to 1,000 feet and moving west. Both the size and how it moved across the sky were unusual. The wingspan of the huge creature was estimated to be between 15 and 20 feet from wingtip to wingtip. He reported the creature never flapped or adjusted the pitch of its wings while he was watching. It just glided across the sky, continuing to move westward. The wings also looked unusual as they came back to points parallel with its body, and the tail seemed to come to a point. The witness watched the creature for 30 to 45 seconds, and he estimated it moved about 2 miles or more until he lost sight of it in the trees.
Wow.
The man heard no sound as it passed overhead. Here's a sketch of what he saw. But, I mean, it doesn't... The way the wings are look not like a typical bird.
No. And actually, okay, I watch a lot of Ancient Aliens, and this looks actually like the shape of a lot of those bird hieroglyphics, or also like what they have in Peru, like
the lines.
Yeah, the Nazca lines, like where the wings are straight across and then they kind of go down on the sides or whatever.
The next day, in the afternoon of May 23rd, 2021, a woman was stopped at the red light at the corner of Otterman and Maple Streets in downtown Greensburg. This is walking distance from my parents' house.
Oh my goodness.
She noticed something unusual in the sky. At first, she thought it was a turkey vulture, but as it flew closer, she realized how unusual the creature was. She stated, "I was stunned at what I saw." She reported the creature was all black, with a defined, elongated head, a sharp pointed beak, and a pointed bump on the back of the head.
Ooh.
She reported it was huge, with an estimated wingspan of 2 car lengths long.
Oh my gosh. Like a crest?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
The witness said the body of the creature was featherless and appeared to be covered with leathery skin and a straight tail similar to a lizard's tail. However, the tail seemed to curl up at the bottom when the creature made a left turn in flight.
Weird. Maybe it's a dragon.
Oh, I was thinking. We'll talk about what we're saying.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
She reported it also seemed to flap its wings very hard when making a turn, but aside from that, simply glided. According to reports, this witness had experience working closely with the wildlife of Pennsylvania and was certain that what she saw was not a turkey vulture, a crane, or an eagle.
Oh, she's like, I know my birds.
Right. She's like, don't mess with me. I know wildlife.
I know my birds. Yeah.
She was certain that what she saw that day was something she had never seen before. Interestingly, it is similar to drawings of a pterosaur. Here's a sketch.
And it is actually kind of similar to that other drawing that the other guy made.
And we can maybe put those sketches in our story so you can see them. January 28th, 2024, on the dairy side of Chestnut Ridge. Fun fact, Chestnut Ridge has a long history of cryptids, Bigfoot encounters, UFO sightings, and Thunderbird sightings.
Ooh, okay.
So I don't know what's going on in Chestnut Ridge, but
it's like ley lines are crossing right
something,
there
or maybe it's a portal.
Ooh, it's a portal.
So back to January 2024. Around 7:30 a.m., a witness reported looking out the window and seeing a huge white bird with a black, elongated crest on its head and a black beak. The creature began to flap its wings and had a wingspan of 12 feet as it rose and flew over the trees.
Oh, gosh.
On March 21st, 2024, in Allegheny County, so that's the county Pittsburgh is in.
Okay.
At 4:30 p.m., a witness observed a huge black bird with a 10 to 12 foot wingspan. It dropped down to the height of a telephone pole before moving off toward the Ohio River. There were reportedly other witnesses of this sighting. On March 28th, 2024, in Washington Township, Westmoreland County, the same county Greensburg's in, a man was driving on Route 66 and made a sharp turn to the right heading south. He observed a huge black creature gliding toward the southeast that passed directly over his vehicle about 100 feet above the ground. He said the wingspan was huge and covered the width of the entire road, which was about 17 feet.
Wow.
So that was 4:45 in the afternoon. In May of 2024, in Fayette County, PA, a witness reported seeing an exceptionally large, odd-looking bird gliding low over a rural area. They estimated that each wing was 10 feet long and were odd and skinny. They also reported a featherless tail that had an odd-shaped appendage at the end.
Oh my goodness.
So to me, that one is similar to
that
what that lady saw.
Yeah. That sounds creepy. I don't like that part. Yeah.
I know. May 16th, 2024. So there's a lot in
the springtime.
Yeah. In Latrobe area. And so Latrobe is where the Steelers have training camp. It's the next town over from Greensburg.
Okay.
A witness was driving home from work at about 2 a.m. and driving down Donahue Road traveling towards Latrobe. He turned off the road and continued down a rural road. He reportedly encountered a massive bird and said, "It was so huge, I couldn't believe it." He saw the body of the creature from a sideways view. He wasn't able to see the head or tail. He said the creature's body was long, over 2 feet wide, and covered with dark black feathers that had a fish scale-like appearance. But I'm wondering if it's feather, like if he's thinking it's feathers and it's scales or what. He also said it was generally dark with some white color seen around the belly area. He estimated the wingspan was 10 to 12 feet or more. He heard no sound from the creature, even though his window was down. For years, residents in Pennsylvania, particularly western Pennsylvania, say they've spotted a bird larger than any known species, sometimes spotted during fair weather. Other times, it's spotted before large storms.
Oh.
Is this a Thunderbird from the stories of the indigenous people? Or is it possibly a prehistoric creature? What are people really seeing? Ornithologists often suggest misidentification. Maybe a turkey vulture soaring low or a bald eagle seen at an odd angle that appears larger than it is.
Yeah, because that is the thing. Sometimes when you see something in the sky, it's if there's nothing next to it to have like a
perspective.
Yeah, it's hard to say how big or small something is.
Right.
Others
think it's rooted in paleontological imagination, the human tendency to link fossils of massive birds or prehistoric creatures with modern sightings. But it seems there's something deeper here. The Thunderbird represents power, transformation, and a connection to nature and spirits that we no longer have. Pennsylvania is a state of ridges, forests, and forgotten coal towns with a long history of indigenous people living on its lands. Pennsylvania holds plenty of spaces where something enormous could still hide.
Ooh.
Maybe these Thunderbird sightings can remind us that not everything has been cataloged, caged, or conquered. So, whether it's an ancient Thunderbird spirit, a misidentified bird, or a prehistoric creature like a pterosaur, one thing is for certain. Something is in the skies above Pennsylvania. And so when the thunder rolls across the hills, some people still look up.
Ooh.
What do you think?
Well, maybe it's a dinosaur.
That's kind of where I'm at.
And it's, if there's places, forests or whatever, big areas for it to hide, maybe that's what it's doing. Or like it's a distant relative.
Right.
But it's elusive.
I feel as if maybe this is all sort of coming together, right? So the indigenous people had the Thunderbird spirit, right? But a lot of the spirits that they had were nature spirits, right? And so perhaps they did encounter pterosaurs or, these flying dinosaurs. And maybe, how like now, before a storm, animals behave differently.
Sure.
Right? So maybe this animal behaved differently. So it was like a harbinger of thunderstorms or whatever that would come. And maybe they saw it, experienced it, assigned it this value, but who knows? Perhaps, though, there are some of these dinosaurs
left over. Yeah.
Right?
Or maybe it's a dragon.
I mean, I didn't even consider a dragon, but really, and although it didn't breathe any fire that we saw, but who knows? Maybe that's just a human thing that we've assigned to dragons. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? And maybe dragons are dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But
whatever it is, I feel like there are so many reported sightings. And what's interesting is so many of them happen in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can explain away some of them. And there were many more than this. These are ones that I chose because, well, one, they were in my hometown, or two, they've been well documented.
Yeah. They stuck out. I mean, also it could be some kind of condor that is just, we live on a big planet and we haven't found all of the wildlife, so maybe it's a big, like
something unknown.
Yeah. A big bird that's we don't know about yet,
I'm going to go with dinosaur. Oh, although remember at the beginning that archaeologist said, that a lot of the indigenous people won't share all of their stories because it's kind of dangerous.
Yeah, it's the same with the flesh pedestrian idea,
Right. So that connection between the natural world as we see it and the supernatural. So who's to say there's not something else going on? We just we can't understand it.
Yeah,
of
course.
But people are seeing something.
That's pretty crazy.
I know.
You got to ask your parents to start looking up. I want to know if they have a sighting.
I remember seeing, like on social media, because some of these are so recent, last year, right?
Yeah.
And I remember seeing something and be like, oh my gosh, did you see this news article? And it was in the local paper. It was
That's
this
crazy.
whole thing,
Yeah.
you know? But it's been happening for, a number of years. Starting back in the 1800s was when I started with those first reports. But the indigenous people reported them for thousands of years.
Oh my gosh. That's really cool.
Something's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
I love a good cryptid story, as you know.
Me too.
All right. Well, it is time for Somebody Told Me. This is a submission from our website, www.you2scaremepodcast.com.
Great job.
Yes, thank you. You can go right on there. There's a contact form and you can just type it right in there.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Maura sent us this message. Hello, I'm a friend of a friend. Andy's friend Leah sent your show to me and now I'm hooked.
Oh, yay.
I have a story about a friendly ghost to share with you. When I was little, my dad worked a job where he had to travel a lot, and he would make sure that he was the one to give me a bath the night before he left town. When dumping water over my head to rinse off the shampoo, he'd sing the Beatles song, All My Loving.
Aw.
The one that goes, close your eyes and I'll kiss you. Tomorrow I'll miss you. Remember, I'll always be true. And then while I'm away, I'll write home every day and I'll send all my loving to you.
Great job.
Thank you. That was off the cuff.
Felice has the pipes in this relationship.
Practice that at all.
You were warming up. I could feel it. It got
me. Fast forward about 20 years, and I'm in my first year of graduate school, heading to the gym with my new roommate. We're doing the roommate bonding thing of sharing life stories, so I tell her about this ritual and about how I always think of my dad when I hear that song. That's so sweet. I love that.
That is sweet.
When we get to the gym, I pop my headphones in, turn on a Pandora Top 40 playlist, and start my workout to Pitbull, Beyonce, and whatever else was popular in the 20-teens. I'm just about finished with my workout when I hear All My Loving starts playing through my earbuds.
Oh.
Confused, I check my phone and it says it's still on the same top hits playlist, but Paul McCartney is undeniably crooning into my ears, telling me that tomorrow he'll miss me. Oh, that chokes me up a little bit. Oh, that's so nice. I did read this before, but I don't know, that got me. You see, my dad had died a few years before this, and that.
Oh, here we go again.
And that conversation with my roommate in the car ride over was the first time I had really told her about my dad, including how his death had affected me.
Oh, my heart.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Hearing that song in that moment, I knew my dad was still hanging around, keeping an eye on me, and telling me that he was still sending me all his loving.
Oh my goodness. I love this so much.
Me too.
Oh,
Maura, thank you so much for sending this to us.
Oh, what a heartwarming story. And how, I don't know, I want to say magical, but it's just, I love the unexpected ways that people's loved ones show that they're still present.
Yeah.
And what a special and cute song. And, I feel like every time you hear that, you must think of him. And that definitely keeps him alive.
Yeah.
In a way too,
That's so special. And oh my gosh, it's really just moving to know that, your dad is still there watching out for you.
Absolutely. Do you have a special song with your kids?
I do. I do have some, like, right off the cuff. I can't think of any.
Yeah.
Do you?
So with Bo, my son, it's Simple Man, Leonard Skinner.
Oh, yeah.
Mama told me.
Yeah.
So he can sing that, and anytime we're out and like a band or something plays, we dance.
Oh,
it's
that's
really
sweet.
Cute.
Oh my gosh,
and then
so sweet.
With my daughter, it's the song from The Little Mermaid.
Oh,
part of the world.
Oh, that's so sweet. With Will, it was this Winnie the Pooh song. Winnie the Pooh doesn't know what to do. It's like an old song.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. And I don't know about Weston. I'd have to think about it. I can't, it's been a while since they were little. You know what I mean?
You should call and sing to them tonight.
Yeah. Oh, they'll love that. They're like, Mom, why are you being weird? Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Great story, Maura. Thank you so much for sharing.
Oh, that was wonderful. Yeah. Thanks, Maura. And thanks to all of you for listening to this episode of the You Two Scare Me podcast.
Listeners, you can help support us by telling everyone you know about our podcast. Every new listener and each episode download helps.
Tell your hairdresser, your mom friends, your guy group, your trainer, the people in the supermarket, and all of your family and friends.
Help us out by rating and reviewing us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, Amazon, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. Just search for You Two Scare Me podcast.
We love to read your reviews. Keep them coming.
Yes. Also, come check out our website. We have episode notes, merch, photos, and more. Don't forget to follow us on social media. Find us on Instagram at You2ScareMe_podcast or on our Facebook page, You Two Scare Me. You can follow us on our TikTok account. Just search You Two Scare Me podcast, no spaces.
Have you seen a Thunderbird or something strange? Remember to send us your own stories of cryptid encounters, hauntings, time slips, aliens, or even possessions for our Somebody Told Me segment at you2scaremepodcast@gmail.com. That's YOUTWO scare me podcast@gmail.com.
Thanks for wandering through the shadows with us.
Until next time, stay curious and beware what lurks beyond the light.